Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Going to continue my series of hidden gems. If you weren't aware, I'm pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. If you don't know who I am, I'm Rico Knows, and I provide picks, locks, analysis on college football matchups. So I know every single team in America, every single player in the FBS, and I speak on it. Like, I actually tell gamblers who's going to be better than who. And I'm right more often than I'm wrong. All the stats, all the results, they're on Patreon. Shout out to all my MVPs. We have over 4,000 members for a reason. But if you want to see all the other hidden gems, go to YouTube, go to the homepage, and just start looking around. We have all the hidden gems listed there on the playlist. But now I'm looking at Georgia State. And when I look at Georgia State, I love everything Del McGee's doing, trying to build a little mini Georgia, as he said. And you look at this team, and I was looking at their defense today. But when I look at the defense, shout out to them. Shout out to Swint, leaving Clemson, coming back home. Going to be a stud at the outside linebacker position. Again, Katie McDaniel leaving UCF, coming in on the transfer portal. You have two stout defensive tackles returning from last year. You have really good linebackers. And then Pringle showed out after transferring over from... was it Bucknell? He just looked great. So Pringle looks good. You got Kenyatta Watson, former 4-star, played at Georgia Tech, and then he just transferred in. So you have two good corners. Safeties are on point. Shout out to Jeremiah Johnson being the leader of this team. Only Ronald Cooper looks like, is he supposed to be there or not? I don't know. And then Gilmore coming in from Tennessee Tech. Hey, man, he could be sneaky good. So we know the team. We know the starting lineups. Cool. Why am I making this video? I'm talking about the dude down below, and that is Freddie Brock. Freddie Brock apparently is going to be the backup running back again. And then we have C.J. Beasley over here transferring in from Coastal Carolina, going to be the starter. So they say, listen, man, Georgia State last year, running back room was absolutely loaded. It was ridiculous how good this running back room was. Shout out to Marcus Carroll, obviously transferred, went to Missouri. Marcus Carroll, 1,350 yards rushing, and he opted out of the bowl game. He could have had more yards. He opted out of the bowl game. You have KZ Adams, who was the second-string running back for most of the season. KZ Adams, right there, jumped in the transfer portal. I believe he went back home. If you guys don't remember, KZ Adams was one of the best high school running backs in South Carolina, and now he's going to South Carolina State. So he transfers back to South Carolina, and we're left with Freddie Brock. And this is such a great thing for me because I'll never forget the day I discovered Freddie Brock, and I went to my MVPs, and I told them, yo, Freddie Brock's a beast. And people don't know about it because he wasn't playing. This is a transfer coming up from the FCS, coming up from Maine, and he gets to Georgia State, and he's third string, and no one knows who he is. I went and turned on the tape. And I actually went and found the video, and we're going to watch it for a little bit. And I want you guys to listen to what I have to say during this video about Freddie Brock. And I actually got the whole game right. Let me just be clear. Georgia State was getting ready to play Utah State. There was a bunch of departures and opt-outs due to the transfer portal. And I had to assess these two rosters for the MVPs. This is what I do for a living. And I went and turned on the tape. I go to make this video. It's posted on Patreon right now, as all the results are. Shout out to the MVPs. And I go and post it. But I told the MVPs, bro, Darren Granger might not throw for 200 yards. He threw for 203. I said, hey, this guy Royals is going to score a touchdown. Vaughn's going to score a touchdown. They both did for Utah State. And Freddie Brock's going to score a touchdown. And I really like Freddie Brock's value at a touchdown. And then I talk about Freddie Brock's rushing yards, how that you need to ladder his yards. I think this is a great running back. And what's crazy is like there's people in this world who sell picks. There's people in this world who just like talk out of turn when it comes to predictions. I don't do that. I don't do that all that often. When I have an epiphany, when I have a feeling, and I look at the tape and I go, Vegas got it wrong. That's when I make the video. When Vegas got it wrong. I don't call everything a lock. I don't talk crazy. I don't sell picks every day. I take weeks of assessment. I take months of assessment before I'll make a decision. There's people who join the server every day and they're like, man, what's this guy talking about? Where's the picks today? And it's like, bro, there would never be picks today. I just found out the matchup yesterday. Like we don't do that around here. But check this out. This is a really fun video. Check this out. At Utah State. Very exciting game for me. I look at these offenses. I think they're explosive. I think they'll score a ton of points against each other. The defenses aren't great. They have great running backs in this game. And I know you're thinking, like, what are you talking about? Georgia State just lost Marcus Carroll. He just left to Missouri. But let me show you guys something. In this game, leading passer Darren Granger, senior quarterback, dual threat guy. He's had a good year. Could have been better. They've been on a terrible losing streak lately. Georgia State has been. You saw it here. The spread started at 63.5. It's now down to 59.5. I like the over in this game. I like a game like this where teams are scoring everywhere on each other. And so we're clear. I said I like a game like this, 44-41. Teams are scoring all over each other. The final score of this game was 45-22. I said I think at the half it will be 21-14. It was 21-14 at the end of the first quarter. So I was right in so many ways. I was right on the over 100%. But anyways, let's go on. And even if you were to get a 41-24 game, you're looking at the over still hitting, right? Because that's 65. And we're looking at a 59 right now. So if you go over here, the over is in play for me in this game. I also like Utah State's offense a ton. I really do. They got a lot of good players. They're explosive, big plays. But to hear me out on this, I think Georgia State is going to keep scoring as well. I think they will. I think they can. Yes, Marcus Carroll's gone. So is the backup running back. They're both in the transfer portal. Devon Booth here isn't, for me, he isn't the best running back on this team. I made a video. Utah State started bringing, started off getting set. Okay, coming out of high school, he's one of the better. Booth, the other guy, his receivers going to be. I don't give a shit. Not being there is a huge deal. Georgia State has a senior at quarterback. This is a 1,300-yard rusher going to Missouri, 13 touchdown guy, right? And then you have KZ Adams jumped in the portal, the backup running back. He's gone as well. Rico, what are you talking about then? They're down to their third-string running back. Freddie Brock, 6 carries, 31 yards, no big deal. Freddie Brock's a good running back. I went and watched all his film and said, I got to learn about Freddie Brock. I got to know. He's a transfer from Maine, okay? So I go turn on the tape. I thought he was a little fat dude. No, he's not. He's got a one-cut go. Marcus Carroll is the starting running back and an NFL guy. Freddie Brock ain't bad, bruh. Freddie Brock is nice. You see it down here. Back when he was at Maine, he was rushing for 700 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 yards a carry, over almost 6 yards a carry his freshman year. This guy got to Georgia State. He's been on the bench. I don't know why. He looks good. He's a multi-cut runner. I think he's going to do well tonight. And I think, well, not tonight, Saturday. I think the books have priced Freddie Brock wrong. So when you look at anytime touchdown, they're assuming Granger's going to run it in for Georgia State. I'm not betting on quarterbacks running it in anymore ever since Byron Brown last night. I'm good.
3 rushing
Freddie
touchdowns.
Brock, though, watch him break for a touchdown or get a carry in the red zone and score. I like that anytime touchdown. I do. Also, I told you I like the over. But we're looking at Jalen Royals. This is a 14-touchdown guy. 14 touchdowns, and he's got.
And what's important to remember is I got all this right, but when we get to Freddie Brock, I want to keep going until we get to the rushing yards part, because I even said Levi Williams isn't going to be the guy. They got it all wrong on his rushing yards. But I just start laughing at these yards that they put these guys under. Just want to show you here.
I would leave it alone. But, yeah, that's why you're seeing a plus 112 on the under, because they're expecting him to throw at least 2 touchdowns. Player rushing yards. This is where I get excited. Brock's priced, and he's got less than Levi Williams. Levi Williams is the quarterback for he did this. I'm going to keep running 40 or whatever it is, or the 60. I'm sorry. 65. On to be the just something to think about. 62, very doable. Vaughn's very doable. I think he gets to 200 yards. That's going to be tough. He doesn't have his receivers. Freddie Brock. Ladder this shit. Ladder it. Do it individually. Get him all the way to 110. Get them all the way to – you start getting plus money early at 70. I would ladder it to 110. And then these other ones can be like $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever it is. I don't know what your unit size is, but that's on you. But up here, I would ladder these full units, and then half a unit. But I think Freddie Brock's going to do his thing tonight.
So, Freddie Brock rushed for, I said 110, 276 yards in the bowl game. Some MVPs laddered it all the way to 200 and made a killing, okay? Sometimes you got to turn on the tape and you got to say to yourself, who is that guy on the bench right now and why the hell is he on the bench? And here we are with Freddie Brock again. We go into this offseason and they go grab Beasley, fine. But I'm going to tell you again, Freddie Brock is a great running back. I don't think he belongs on any bench. I think he's a good running back. I would start this guy.
and I would get 200, 300 yards out of him. It feels good to get it right, but I want to tell you, going into this season, seeing Freddie Brock as a backup again is wild to me. I think he is FBS caliber. I really like Freddie Brock as a running back. He's my hidden gem for Georgia State. Listen, guys, if you want in-depth analysis, if you want prop bets, prize picks, anything you can think of, I pick games against the spread. I want to say on the entire season, we went 59%, 59.5%, almost 60% over 400 games. And then when it comes to like locks or the bowl games, we went over 65% against the spread. And we didn't even keep track of the prop bets. This year, we're keeping track of prop bets, parlays, and all that stuff. Dominating. We don't miss. It feels good. I keep saying we, it's just me. Shout out to everybody out there. Sorry for doing this as an infomercial, but I'm just letting you know. Freddie Brock, near and dear to my heart, hidden gem, beast of a running back, and I saw it coming before it ever happened. I saw it coming. I believed in this young man as much as he believed in himself because he went out there and dominated. He knew what he could do. I turned on the tape, I watched him, and I went, whoa, that dude's about to go ham. Never scored a touchdown all year. Scored one in the fourth quarter. Got me my over on that as well. Like, just shout out to Freddie Brock, bro. Won us a ton of money. And if you're an MVP, betting on backup and third-string running backs is probably not something you've ever done in your life. But I know what I'm doing. Your friends don't know. But Rico knows. Get to YouTube. Search Rico Knows. Get to the playlist. Watch all the hidden gems. Peace.